All right, hello everybody. Happy Monday. Happy Never Miss a Monday show. I'm back. Maria handled the show last week with our 7 pillars of health, and I'm here today. I'm actually kind of nervous because I want to speak about something that is so deep and so dear and true to my heart. And sometimes when we do that, first we're worried about judgment or if everyone's going to agree. And to be honest, probably not everyone's going to agree with what I have to say today, and that's okay. We all deserve to speak from our heart, to speak from our soul. And if you're coming from a place of to help others and make this world a better place, then speak up and go from your gut. So today, I want to talk about this word, this calling, this just mission that I've been given, and it's the word crusade. And if you know me, I never use that word. It's a really powerful word, and I'm just one person. I'm a health and fitness and lover of taking care of our mind, body, and soul, and try to share that message. But this word kept coming to me, and it's very clear, and it was the word crusade. And it's something I've been manifesting and digging deep upon. And this crusade I'm going to talk about today, and I'm going to call you to action if you're willing to rise up to this crusade, is a crusade to make a positive impact on the culture of healthcare. And I think that this is so needed right now. I'm not going to get into politics. I'm not going to get into masks. I'm not going to get into the vaccine. None of that has any true relevance in where my mission and my heart's coming from today. But one thing is certain, and our culture of healthcare is so broken right now. And I feel like I've kind of lived in a bubble the last year through everything, because I am surrounded by people that show up every day to work on their health and well-being, and the amazing trainer team at VFit, and just members who, no matter what life's throwing at them, they continue to show up and log in and support each other and pull each other up. And what I've noticed is that there's a whole wide world out there, and I'm not going to fix it all on my own, and I can't. And even when I told my husband this, I'm like, Brian, I got to take on this health crusade. And he laughed, and he's like, good luck with that. And I'm like, well, I'm not going to do it by myself, but I feel called to action right now more than ever. And just that is to realize and empower each and every one of us that you have more power than you even realize when it comes to your own health and well-being. That's what the crusade's about. It's about empowering one of us. Here's a statement. Here's my mantra for the week. And I want you to listen carefully and make this yours as well. I actually got this from a teammate. I make my health and well-being a priority. I make my health and well-being a priority. The most important word in that sentence is I. I think we've forgotten or lost sight, so many of us, of just how much power we really do have over our health and well-being. And that is with the choices that we make day in and day out. And here's what I've manifested and kind of come to realize, and where I really speak from passion. People are afraid, or they don't want to put in the work that it takes to be healthy. I'm going to put it out here right now. There's a whole industry out there telling you could take if it's a quick fix, it's a quick pill. There's something you can do to be healthy and strong and fit, and it's easy. That's a lie. It's not easy. There is nothing easy about being healthy and feeling good. But let me tell you, and what I teach my kids, and you know this to be true, anything worthwhile is worth putting in the work for. You're already putting in the work every day to live your life, right? Why isn't that work focused on your health and well-being? Why aren't you taking the time and effort? And of course, we all know what it takes to be healthy. That's not the problem here. Knowing and doing are different. Eating well, right? It's not just diet and exercise. They are a piece of the puzzle, but eating well, exercise, getting outside, managing your stress, right? Going to bed, being grateful, taking care of yourself, celebrating things. So I just feel I don't want people to lose sight. Coming out of this pandemic, we've all been rocked and rolled, and we all have a different story to tell. But over this last year, and this is where it hits my soul deeply, is if we don't come out of this more focused on our health, more focused on our well-being, more focused on where I control the controllables, instead of putting it off to all those excuses or to I'm too busy, as everything starts to happen again. Don't fall back into that place where you're so busy doing everything for everyone that you forget about your own health and well-being. And this is where I feel the part is some people don't agree with, well, I've got to take care of everybody else. I've got to do this. I've got to be here for this person. Each one of us is unique and individual and has something special about us that we were brought to this world to share and to help others and to serve, right? That's the heart of every human being. That's our purpose. And you cannot live that purpose. You cannot live that purpose if you are not taking care of your mind, body, and spirit. You absolutely cannot live to your highest purpose and your highest level if you are not taking care of your mind, body, and spirit. And the thing is, nobody can do it for you. There's nobody out there that can exercise and then say, oh, I just had a good workout. Here you go. Here's all the benefits of what I just got. I want to share those with you. Or, oh, I'm going to make good choices and fuel my body with really good food that make me feel good and keep my immune system. Oh my gosh, what I feed my body affects my immune system. Getting sleep affects my immune system. Being grateful, right? Not giving into all this fear and hysteria. So I just feel this crusade is that we need to speak up. Those of us that really feel passionate, and my trainer team, VFit members, some of you that are doing other things, like if you have a passion for health and wellness, if you're doing things that work for you, and don't be afraid to talk about, yes, it's hard work. I spend a lot of time to be healthy, to take care of my family. I invest money in good food. I invest in coaches. I spend a lot of time on my physical body where my soul and my spirit are housed, right? It's not, there's no easy, quick fix for this, but it is worth the time. It's worth the effort. There's amazing communities out there. And so many of us have we're almost like shamed, to be honest, shamed about talking about the work it takes to be healthy and I can look back to 2 points in life, and I won't go and I've talked about these stories before, and it almost brings me to tears. My husband got really sick right when I was pregnant with our oldest. I mean, she's 8 years old now. Like just crazy GI stuff, just someone could sneeze 5 miles away and he'd catch a strand of the strep virus that's only in Africa, like just crazy. His body was failing on him. And so we did what everyone would do, and we started by going to doctors and trying to find answers and doing tests and had surgery and spent thousands of dollars and hours and just time trying to get the answer. And sometimes the medical field will give you the answers and thankfully can help a lot of things. But in this case, they couldn't. And it wasn't until we said, you know what? There's got to be something that we're not doing that could help and fix you. And so we started to take matters into, and this is when my passion for food and what you eat and what you feed your body really, really changed. And even though that was a hard time in our life, I'm so grateful for it because now I have an appreciation for the way we take care of our body. And so anyways, over the course of time, my husband changed what he was eating, changed his level of stress. We changed our lifestyle. And thankfully that happened before we had our first daughter. And now we've been able to instill that in our kids and our family. The second example, when I was trying to get pregnant, when we were trying to get pregnant and my body wasn't having it, I had a couple of miscarriages. I just couldn't stay pregnant. And that was so hard to understand and come to terms with. And I started with anger and resentment. And then again, what are the answers? Why isn't this happening? What am I not doing right? And that's when I found fitness, group fitness, and that changed my life. And I realized, oh my gosh, I can love my body and honor my body and be thankful for what it can do for me by this community of like-minded people with similar value systems. So those are just 2 examples in my life, but I believe with this whole pandemic, and it shakes me to my core that like we have a duty. And I'm gonna speak like we have to come out of this wanting to work more on ourselves, wanting to invite others, not being shy about talking about taking care of ourselves and like how fulfilling it is and how you even know if you've been down with like a cold or, you know, last week I had like allergies and I'm like, oh, I don't like not feeling 100%. Like, don't take your health for granted. So right now we're gonna have a couple fun things coming up at BFit to help everyone kind of rise in this crusade together. But I invite you to use your voice, to be that lighthouse, to be that example to others. And it always starts by taking care of yourself. You can lead a horse to water, but you can't make them drink. But I believe when people are ready, if we all continue to be that lighthouse, to talk about it, right? To not just be like, oh yeah, I work out. Like, no, you don't just work out. You respect your body. It makes you a better person. It gets your mind right. Like, talk about this more. I think this conversation needs to be spoken more. And I just think our culture needs a shift. It needs a crusade, a restart, a reboot. I mean, I gave the example the other week on Facebook about Krispy Kreme. Man, not all of you agreed with me, and that was okay, but it is. And of course, Krispy Kreme is a donut company. They're just trying to monopolize off of that. But giving people free donuts for getting the vaccine was just, to me, a prime example of so much of that's wrong in our culture with healthcare right now. Because you're giving, you know, nothing wrong with one donut. I'm not going to go into it here, but it was the premise of like, you're enticing people who we know that have diabetes, heart disease, all these problems. COVID affects them greater. We're not fixing anything that's broken, and that bothers me, because we can do on things. We can actually get to the root of things, start to change generations, change our kids, the way they grow up, to look at healthcare and self-care, and it starts. And so I'll leave you with that message. I make my health and well-being a priority. You have so much power, my friends, each and every one of you. Take care of yourself, shine bright. And then don't be afraid to talk about the work that you, don't be afraid to ask for help if you need that help, if you need a coach, if you need motivation. You don't have to go at it alone. You have to do the work, but you don't have to do it alone. So with that, I just hope this message speaks to somebody today. Share it to your heart. Let me know if you're ready to rise up to this crusade. Man, what a strong word, but it's been called to me. It's been on me, and I'm ready to do this and to take this to the next level. I feel it deep in my heart and my soul, and I care about every single one of us, and I want us to come out of this with a better appreciation and putting in the work for our health and well-being. There's not anything that's more important than that in your life, I promise you. All right, I love you all, and hope that this got to you a little bit today too, got the thinkers on and the heartstrings. So happy Monday, bye.